What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Y'all, we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 8, and the name of the episode is called Loose Lips Sink Friendships. Sorry I'm late. It is a whole lot going on, and I'm trying to play catch up, okay? So let's just get right into the review. So the episode started off with Bronwyn. Bronwyn is doing the absolute most. Instead of her sleeping in the room with Britani, Bronwyn is out sleeping on the deck. Okay? And I feel like that she kind of is preventing the below deck crew from cleaning or cleaning up to their full capacity. And they probably woke her up because when they was cleaning up, it was a lot of squeaking going on. And so she asks if she's in their way. Bitch, you know you in their way. You know you in their way. They're not going to say that you in their way because they don't want to be rude. But I was wondering the whole time, and I said in the last review, what the energy was going to be like between Bronwyn and Britani in the room, because Bronwyn tried to call Britani out the night before. But I still feel like it was a calculated move by Bronwyn to get the attention off of her evictions and her still cases that came to surface from her past. Okay? Bronwyn did not have to sleep outside. I'm sure that Whitney, being the host of the trip, Whitney would have switched rooms with her if she had asked her to. I think that it was just a way for her to isolate Britani, but she ended up making herself look stupid, and I hope she caught a crook in her neck. Okay? Heather is in her room talking to Whitney about the night before, and she was trying to hold Lisa accountable. She told Lisa that she thinks that she was the source of the dirt, but Lisa tries to keep her hands clean. I believe that too. I believe that Lisa is the source of a lot of the dirt, but I don't believe that Lisa is the source of everything. Okay? Now, Lisa doesn't do herself any favors by saying stuff. None of us here would have did that. And her over here crying and stuff, her tears and stuff don't even seem genuine. It seems like that she's just trying to cry to get her way. She doesn't even seem like that she's really hurt. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's something about her. Okay? Then we see Lisa and Meredith are in their room. And they ended up having an argument in their room. Lisa feels like Meredith doesn't have her back. And the thing is, this works perfectly for Heather and Whitney's plan, right? They wanted Meredith and Lisa to fight or try to get them to fight. And that was the whole reason Heather wanted Meredith in the room when her and Whitney was talking about it. And that is the reason why Heather brought Meredith's name up at dinner when she started to confront Lisa, because she thought that it would soften the blow. Like it came from me and your best friend. Because she was trying to make it seem like she was a friend, but girl, you was really your enemy. Because if you felt that I was the source of the dirt and of all of the dirt, girl, you could have pulled me to the side and told me that. You could have pulled me to the side and told me that because you don't even like Bronwyn. Yes, you don't even like Bronwyn. Okay? Meredith, I feel like Meredith does have Lisa's back, but of course she's not going to defend Lisa the way she defends herself, right? You never know what a person is capable of. So Meredith is kind of passive in the way that she defends Lisa, right? She says stuff like, come on, guys, let's not discuss this without her. That was her defending her when they was on the camping trip. Or she says, well, we don't have any receipts, when she was talking to Heather and Whitney. But she's definitely not having the seizures that she's having when she's fighting with Britani, right? So I do believe that she is defending Lisa, but just not in the way that Lisa wants her to. Now everybody is up. Angie is feeling better. She looks good. She ready to get into some shit. But she was missed. She was missed. Now, Lisa, are y'all catching every time Lisa comes on the scene, they giving her this villain music? It's like they playing this upbeat music, and Lisa come in and she'll say one word and the record will scratch, or they play like this sorrow music or like this dead tune. There are really, if I was Lisa, I don't like that. I don't like that, but I guess she is the villain of the show. So Lisa and Britani are talking. I feel the way I write Britani name is spelled with an I. And I have a sibling named that's Britain. And so every time I see that the way that her name is spelled, I automatically think Britain. But they're talking about the night before, and Bronwyn is on the deck above them. And Lisa was basically telling Britani that Bronwyn is a snake. This isn't the first time she put you on blast. And even in the flashback, I could look at Bronwyn and tell that she just wasn't interested That she was just interested in the info that she was trying to get from Britani to run it back to the group. Okay, Lisa says that Bronwyn is a liar. She asked her to reach out to the grandparents, and Bravo actually showed the receipts. I paused it and I read it. They actually did show the receipts. Okay, so Mary and Angie come down and they find Bronwyn. Bronwyn is reading a book and they're asking Bronwyn about what happened the night before. And Bronwyn decides to move because she says that she can hear what Britt and Lisa are saying about her, and she doesn't want them to hear her. It's giving punk puss. Either stay right there and pop your shit too, or go down there where they at and join the conversation. Because ain't no way I can hear nobody calling me no snake. And I'm in here. I mean, I'm either gonna do two things. I'm gonna listen to what they saying and go down there when they get through, or I'm just going down there right now at the time. And be like, what's up? Y'all talking about me? What's good? Molly, what's good? Okay. The girls are having lunch. Bronwyn asks Mary, can she sleep in her room? And Mary tells her, no, girl, you can sleep in the room with Britani. And she was like, well, I'm not sleeping with Britani. And Britani is being nice about it. She is letting Bronwyn know, girl, you can sleep in the room. I'm not going to do anything to you. And Bronwyn is saying that she don't want to sleep in the room because she was inviting men into the room, like trying to slut shame her. But if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Bronwyn the one who got kicked out of BYU for being pregnant at 19? Yeah, that was you. You was the one, like, you got to be careful when you try to slut shame mama, because your stuff from your past is coming up. You was the one that got kicked out of college for being pregnant. You was the one that was ostracized by your family for being a teenage mother. And your mama just told you just now starting to get your shit together since you met Todd. So we got to be careful who we slut shaming. So if we're going to go there, let's go. Let's go, okay? Britani says that she didn't invite anyone to the room. She asked Jason for a tour of the boat. She did do that, but she didn't tell him let's go to the room. She told him let's get up out of here, okay? Now, she was flirting, trying to get some dick, but she's single and she's on vacation. Does it look thirsty? Yeah. Does it look extra thirsty and trifling after Whitney had already told you that she fucked around with him? Yeah, but she's single. And Whitney don't probably got a problem with it. Whitney don't got a problem with it. Whitney give me, she just happy to get what she can get, okay? Meredith says that she saw Captain Jason leaving Britani's room in the middle of the night. But Britt says that he was only there to fix the AC and that no men were in their room that night. Okay? I'm concerned at how the below deck works. I'm confused, and it may seem ignorant, but if Captain Jason is supposed to be driving and steering the boat, how come every time some shit pop off, he's the one on call? He fixing ACs, he's nursing Angie back to help, he's serving food. Like, what's going on? And what is his title specifically? I don't understand how he's supposed to be driving the boat. And every time something happened, they calling him. I don't understand that, okay? While it seems like that Lisa and Meredith and Bronwyn are piling on Britani, Lisa steps in. And she's like, y'all stop the pile on. And I feel like they pick on Britani. And what I'm saying specifically with Bronwyn, she is a whole different person, or she has a whole different energy when she's going at Britani than she does when she's going at Lisa. With Britani, she's like talking down to her. She's more confrontational, like big dog almost. But when it comes to Lisa, she falls into victim mode. She starts crying and always like running off. You get what I'm saying? Like when she's talking to Lisa, it's almost like she's having a temper tantrum. She's not big dogging Lisa the way she's doing Britani. But notice how Lisa didn't have Meredith back either, because Lisa was trying to get at Britani, but she stopped that. You got to catch it. Okay. Now, Lisa says that Captain Jason isn't interested, and it's not right that she wouldn't want her name being a part of a conversation she's not a part of. And Bronwyn is like, girl, I can't even sit on the deck without hearing you and Britani talking shit. But Bronwyn, you was talking shit as well. You ain't no victim, mama. Bronwyn is not a victim. Okay? Then Bronwyn started weaponizing her daughter. She said that she heard Lisa and Britani talking about her kids and her grandparents, and they made a pact that they wouldn't talk about the husband and the children. Now, I didn't hear Lisa talking about the kid. All she said was that it was documented that Bronwyn told her to contact the grandparents or reach out to the grandparents. But in Housewives world, even if you say the word child, you're talking about a person's kids. But she wasn't really talking about Bronwyn's daughter like that. Okay? Angie calls bullshit, and she said that after Lisa's clarity luncheon, they went to Lisa's bar, and Lisa was hiding behind her hair and told her that Todd was kissing a friend of hers and was farting. She said that Lisa pretends to be people's friend, all while digging up dirt on them. Okay, I'm must be a paranoid person because I can't believe they went to go eat at Lisa's bar. There is no way I would eat anything out of Lisa's restaurant. As crooked as Lisa comes across on this screen, as much shit as she starts, all the backstabbing that she does, I just don't trust her. And so I don't trust eating anything from her, drinking anything from her. I just think that there's always some bullshit with Lisa, and I just don't trust her like that. Okay? Lisa said that she didn't say that it was a friend, but she does admit to saying it. Lisa, my thing is, mama, is it true? Is it true? And the way Lisa apologized, I don't think that it was true. Lisa could have even stood on that this is what I was told, right? But to me, it seems like Lisa made that up. And the thing that I'm seeing with Lisa is that it's a lot of overkill with her. If Lisa simply had just said that Todd was making out with somebody, their story could be believable. But to say that Todd was farting while he was making out with somebody is overkill, and it's you're putting too much on it, and it's sloppy. And Lisa is sloppy like that. And this sounds like something that she would make up. It seems like something that she made up. Okay. Now I will give Lisa grace here, though. I believe that Lisa said this to Angie before her and Bronwyn had the one-on-one where they were sitting down and they said they would talk about each other's husbands and each other's kids. I don't think that Angie knew that Lisa and Bronwyn had that sit down. And it's funny to me that Lisa is always running to Angie, and Angie is always got some tea that Lisa told her, and Angie ain't saying nothing back. Never. Right? But I'm surprised that Lisa owned it. I mean, at this point, she gonna have to own something, right? But she doesn't really own nothing. She doesn't really own nothing. But I think after Whitney called her out. Wait a minute, After Heather called her out, at this point, she has to own something. Your hands not clean, mama. You're gonna have to own up to something, okay? Heather sets up a fun day for the girls to have on land. They're going to the Tobago Caves, and they're going to have a day of island adventures. They're going to go snorkeling, swimming, and sunbathing. While they're on land, Angie ended up apologizing to Bronwyn for not being supportive. Girl, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Don't wait until you fall out with somebody to tell me what they said about me. Don't wait until you fall out with a bitch to come and tell me what they done said about me. I'm side-eyeing Angie. Because the day that you told Meredith that Lisa was talking about her and was digging about shit up on her family, and who was it? The event, Whitney's event. You could have killed two birds with one stone, and you could have told Bronwyn what Lisa had said about Todd then with his farting ass. Okay, Lisa and Mary have a talk on the beach, and Lisa is telling Mary about the conversation that she had with Meredith that morning, how she feels like Meredith doesn't have her back. And Lisa says that Meredith knows that she would never feed things to the blogs, which is funny that she's having this conversation with Mary because Mary believes that Lisa is the poor person who is the source of the dirt. And she's pretty much adamant about that. Because she was really, remember last episode, she was trying to get Bronwyn to go ahead and say it was Lisa, right? You feel like it was Lisa, right? Okay, so if Meredith feels the same way, what is she supposed to do just because she's her friend? I'm not defending somebody if they're wrong. Right? And I wouldn't even be friends with Lisa because Lisa will always have you in some shit. She messy, she's sloppy. I don't like Lisa's energy. As a friend, I have your back. But if every time we sitting down, I need to be ready because of your shit, I need to be sitting on ready because of your shit, not shit that I'm involved in. I'm just always into some shit because of you. Every time we sit down, then I gotta go and I gotta rethink this friendship. I can't stand to be around people like that. I have a sibling that's like that. I can't stand to be around negative people. Everything is an argument. Everything is what they don't like. It is exhausting. I could not be friends with Lisa. Okay? So Meredith comes over while they're talking about Lisa, and Meredith and Mary started getting into it. Mary said that she thinks that Meredith is boring and she needs to find a story that she can tell because right now, what she said was because right now you are snooze and you're not interested. Girl, I'm sorry if I'm not interested enough because I wasn't fucking my grandpapa. I wasn't fucking Big Daddy and married him and had a motherfucking baby by him. I'm sorry if I'm not interested because I don't got a little pookie running around here doing drugs and getting arrested. So high out of his motherfucking mind, he running through doggy doors at his ex-girlfriend's house. If that what makes you interesting and that's what makes you having a storyline, then have at it. Have at it, but it's not really the read that you think it is. Because I would never want to have a storyline if I have to get on national TV and tell somebody that I fucked my grandpapa or that my son was a drug addict running through motherfucking doggy doors at his ex-girlfriend's house. Girl, please. Okay? But the below deck people, they really working for this tip because they are on the beach giving massage. Do they even get the rest? I would think with a job like that they do, that they would have some type of downtime, but I guess they'll have downtime while the girls are getting dressed or something like that or whatever. But if they on the beach, they all on call and on demand because they over there giving massages. So then they play a game where they have this relay race and it's called Neck Your Drink Off. Okay. Did you see what Bronwyn did? I know y'all didn't see it. Okay. So they're having this relay game called Neck Your Drink Off. And neck means, you know how neck means like getting head. What they're saying is neck your drink off like drinking it. But, you know, in the hood, sometimes people say they're getting head, they're getting face, they get neck, right? If you long enough, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting head or you ain't getting throat, you get neck, right? So what happened was Bronwyn on her team, she was first leg. And the name of the game is you're supposed to run down to where the guy from below deck, I don't know his name, where he was at, grab the drink. He was going to be grabbing people's drinks. You got to go grab the drink. At that end, you're supposed to drink the drink and run back and tag the next leg. But everybody was fucking up and they was going down there, grabbing, drinking their way on the way to the next person. So Bronwyn on her team, she was first leg and Britani was second leg. And so Bronwyn went down there, grabbed her drink, drunk some of it. And when she was getting ready to tag Britani, she threw the drink on Britani. I did not like that. Because you couldn't have paid her to throw that drink. I don't believe that you could have paid her to throw that drink on somebody else. I'm telling y'all, there is a way. Y'all got to pay attention to the way that they treat Britani. I don't like it. And see, girl, when it comes to Lisa, bitch, you always crying and stuff, but you big dog with Britani. I don't like that. And girls do stuff like that on these shows. They do stuff like that. It's like a pecking order because I guess she feels like Britani is a friend of the show and she holds a full snowflake. I don't like that. You don't mistreat or bully nobody. I don't like that, baby. That game would have been canceled, baby. They would have had to break me. They had to pull me off of that. Girl, look, okay? So then, you know, they get back on the yacht and it's zombie night. Now, Bronwyn has some costumes and she asked Angie to come with her to give either Heather or Whitney a fingernail file. And she wanted her to dress up with her, okay? Now, when they was leaving out of the door, Angie's finger got caught on the inside of the door. Not the part where you walk out at the opposite end. And it didn't look like it was broken, but it was bleeding. And I would have been pissed. I do not like not being 100%. And if I injure myself, I'd rather I injure myself somewhere where I don't need my hands or my feet. You get what I'm saying? A place that you don't really need. But if my fingernail is broken, it's going to affect the way that I take a bath. It's going to affect the way that I'm able to like wash dishes. It's going to affect my everyday life for you know, if my fingernail is broken, that is going to, I've never broken a fingernail. God, please don't let me break it. But I have, you know, messed up my finger before. I just don't like not being 100%. And they called Captain Jason to the rescue. And he had a great attitude. He wasn't upset because the truth is Angie is becoming the problem child. She got too much going on. I want Angie to sit in her motherfucking room with Mary all night. And Angie owes Captain Jason a huge tip all by herself. Now, I do wonder, I did get to thinking, how are the tips are broken down? Because I used to work concierge and we were hired through a security company, so we didn't work directly through the building. And at the building that I worked at, there were condos. And every Christmas, they would have a holiday fund. And the people, the money will go to the people who worked there. And the people that lived in the condos, they lived well. Let me just say that, okay? And the people in the building thought that they was giving us the money because we were the people that they were really interacting with on the daily. And even when they sent out the memo saying that they was taking up money for the yearly holiday fund, they had our pictures in the memo. However, when the residents would give the money to the staff, when the building would divide up the money, they did what the fuck they wanted to do with the money. And they set different parameters on the money that the residents didn't know was taking place. And I think that it took some residents time to a while to catch on and what was going on and how the money was being divvied up, because they would ask some of us, they would pull us to the side and be like, how much did you get from the building fund? How much did you get from the building fund? And we would tell them how much, and I'd be like, oh my God, people must have not gave the money. And you know, your job was at risk if you told them, no, baby, we got some money. They just did what the fuck they wanted to do with it. Right? And so they started giving us money separately. And I say that to say, I always see, if I'm going to tip somebody, for instance, Angie, I believe that she owes Jason a special tip because he has really taken care of her. I think that she needs to tip him something special and give it directly to him, and then tip the rest of the people together. Right? She needs to tip Captain Jason handsomely, because he has, and he's just had a good attitude about it. Because, you know, I will have an attitude come, girl, you again, girl. Okay. So we get the dinner. Everybody's dressed up as zombies. Now, was this something that Heather set up or the crew set up? I kind of missed that because the yacht was decorated and the crew even participated, and I thought that was nice. Now, Bronwyn was the best dressed. And Heather was, I would say that she was second best dressed, but I like the headpieces that I was wondering from the clip of last week, how did Meredith have that axe on her head? And but they had on black bands, and you couldn't really see it because their hair is dark. And so it was like a headband with the axe on top of it. I thought that was neat. That was the first time I ever saw anything like that. Okay. Bronwyn said that she called Todd and her daughter, and she told them what was going on with Lisa. And Heather was like, girl, you really called them? And she was like, yeah, I shouldn't be ashamed of it. I didn't make it up. I think Bronwyn is lying. Because if Bronwyn called Todd, I believe that Bravo would have showed that call, because Todd had already told her he didn't want to hear shit about what went on the trip, especially anything pertaining to Lisa. But I think it was a way for Bronwyn to make a power play to get Lisa to say that she wouldn't do it again, or to get Lisa to try to stop talking about Todd and her daughter, right? But I don't think that Bronwyn is coming back. And if I'm Lisa, I'm dragging Todd and her daughter into every argument. Well, not her daughter, but I'm dragging Todd into every argument, every chance I get, so she can quit the show. Because, bitch, I don't appreciate you going to have secret meetings about me. You and Whitney going to meet up behind my motherfucking back to talk about my lawsuits on camera time. I'm talking about Todd every chance I get, because Todd don't like the negative attention, and I feel like you on your way out the door. Either you gonna divorce Todd, or you gonna be off this motherfucking show. I got your number, bitch. I got your number, huzzy. Let's play hardball. I got you, okay? Lisa ended up apologizing. She said that she would never bring them up again. Bronwyn said that she acknowledges it because she was talking, but she thinks that the apology is bullshit. And the thing with Lisa, girl, instead of Lisa taking about accountability, she's blaming Angie for going back and telling her what was said. But my thing, okay, let me move on, okay? So the boat started rocking. And Brittany ended up getting a little bit seasick. And so she ended up getting up to go and throw up. Now, I've never in my life seen somebody get ready to throw up and they are able to talk and then go and throw up. But she got up to throw up. Now, I know I saw her get up with nothing in her hand, but when they showed her throwing up, she was all of a sudden over the rail with a glass in her hand, okay? Throwing up. And so she went and sat down, and the crew started passing out shots. And Meredith is asking her, why is she drinking? And it was not out of concern. I felt like that Meredith was trying to shame Brittany. And so Brittany was like, I'm concerned about something myself that I saw on TikTok. I'm concerned about sex indiscretions. And so she shares with the group and Meredith that she saw on TikTok that Seth was cheating on her with a mistress, and he had a mistress, and that the Uber driver was talking all about it. And I got to teach you how to be a pit bull, mama. That was very Cynthia Bailey-ish. When you are delivering news like that, you're supposed to gag a bitch. You're supposed to gut punch that ass, right? Meredith was supposed to choke on her motherfucking drink. You were supposed to say it in a way to convey to the people that you believe it. And if you believed it, you're supposed to say it in a way to make them believe it, right? And so Meredith says, my husband doesn't have a mistress. We're in a monogamous marriage. You're despicable and miserable because you can't keep a man. And so Britt was like, have you not seen it? It's all over TikTok. And so Whitney messy ass is like, I've seen it. She showed me. And Meredith was like, girl, you haven't seen it. She showed you. Baby, I saw it. How you gonna tell me what I seen? I saw it. It doesn't matter who showed me, baby. It's out there and I saw it. And so Brittany started trying to rub it in. She was like, girl, I get it if you don't want to share. I love it. I love it. I get it if you don't want to share. That's a lot to talk about, okay? And so Meredith had a seizure. And baby, right in our face, had a seizure. And she said, you stay away from me. And she threw something at Britt. And I don't like that. This is the second time. Look, Meredith got a problem. She got an anger problem and she needs to be removed from the show. This is the second time she threw something at Brittany. And this is also the second time that day that she started with Brittany. Neither time at no point this day had Brittany said anything to Meredith. Meredith started fucking with Brittany. And it's like you starting shit with Brittany, she eats you up, then you can't take when she responds. Okay? So Meredith is there. She said, well, let's talk about other people's husbands and what they have out there. No, baby, we're talking about you right now, Caitlyn. We're talking about you, Caitlyn Jenner, and you and your marriage. And so Meredith saying she's a miserable bitch. I knew it years ago, and I know it now. And so Captain Jason was supposed to come and have dessert with them yesterday. They was arguing, so he comes down and try to have dessert with them today. And Meredith is spazzing out the whole time. I don't even think she realized Captain Jason was there, and Captain Jason just got up and left. Captain Jason just got up and left. I feel like that these girls are showing every negative stereotype that people say about the Housewives. It's drink throwing, they calling each other names, they arguing, they throwing shit. They are just unhinged. They're just unhinged, okay? So Whitney and Heather say that they're embarrassed because Captain Jason is their friend. But Meredith is the one who is seeming unhinged. She's the one that's embarrassed y'all. And I feel like if it was Brittany, that they would have reprimanded Brittany. But again, I feel like they treat Brittany one way and treat the other girls the rest of the way. And I do not like the way that they're bullying Brittany. They are bullying her, okay? But y'all, that was the episode, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Lisa really heard that Todd was making out and farting with somebody? I don't believe that. And do y'all think that Bronwyn really called Todd? I don't think that she called Todd. I do not think that she called Todd. I believe that was a power play that she tried to make. And I believe that she tried to make Lisa feel sorry for her. And Lisa felt sorry for it. I wouldn't give a fuck. Bitch, if you got on camera and read my motherfucking lawsuits, and I know that nigga don't want to be on this show, I promise to God, every time we sit down, I'm talking about Todd. I got another rumor about Todd. And do y'all think that Meredith needs to be removed from the show? Meredith is unpredictable, baby. She's unpredictable. You just can't be getting mad and throwing shit at people and throwing drinks and stuff on people. I don't like that. I don't like that. But y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.